Welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Logan Alexandra Russell. More rain is falling in some parts of North Alabama, adding to the flooding we saw today. From roads to buildings, water rushed up and covered the Tennessee Valley, creating hazardous conditions on land and in the water. But when will we see the rain end? I'm joined now by Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Jordan, how much longer is this rain going to last?
Some degree of widespread rain is probably going to stick around for the next couple of hours. Not the greatest news. Flash flood warning currently in effect for portions of Morgan, Marshall, and Coleman counties. Otherwise, a generic flood warning in effect for Madison, Jackson, and Marshall counties. And then the flood watch. Now, the flood watch is supposed to expire at 8 o'clock this evening. That is in effect for everybody except Colbert, Franklin, and Lawrence counties across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Now, obviously, these flood warnings here, these are not county-wide. They are for very specific locations, and we will talk about that in a little bit. We are still talking about some shower and thunderstorm activity this evening. Morgan County down into Coleman County, Priceville, Hartselle, Falkville. Those folks are still talking about some heavier rain. Seeing some heavier rain, a few rumbles of thunder push into Owens Crossroads right now. Owens Crossroads down into New Hope. That is not good news. The water has only continued to rise down in Owens Crossroads and New Hope through the course of the afternoon. So the shower and thunderstorm activity they're seeing right now is only going to exacerbate that flooding issue over the next couple of hours. Now, the rain is not going to come to an end, but it is going to become much more isolated over the next couple of days. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
The flooding we've seen across the area also made its way down into local caves, which prompted multiple rescues yesterday at 2 different caves in Jackson County. The Huntsville Cave Rescue Unit was part of multiple groups that went out to rescue a handful of people who became trapped when the caves flooded. CJ Jones, a member of the rescue party, describes what it took to get people out of the 2 caves.
This was a cave with vertical aspects, and it was a multi-drop with water involved, some waterfalls. And so that was the challenging part. Also, it was a more confined space type of area. In some of it, you were having to crawl, and it would have been incredibly difficult to have to try to get somebody out of there if they were not able to self-rescue.
Jones says there was no expectation the caves would flood as much as they did, adding the best prevention is to know what you're doing before you ever head inside. The rain may have slowed down, but the flooding in Owens Crossroads is far from over. According to Deputy Fire Chief David Whitman, all of the water that fell in the northern part of the county is now making its way toward the city. Creeks and tributaries are backing up, with Whitman saying some areas are covered by 8 to 10 feet of water. With several roads largely closed, Whitman urges drivers to stick to the main roads and to stay off back roads where conditions can change quickly.
We've got roads closed that weren't closed an hour ago, and quite frankly, we don't see any stop to it right away. The main thoroughfares like Highway 431, of course Highway 72, those types of highways are open and more than likely would remain open and go the long way around. These back roads and these roads into these subdivisions are where we're seeing the main problems.
Whitman also says the best thing you can do is avoid flooded areas altogether and call 911 if you need help. Heavy rain across the Tennessee Valley is creating hazardous conditions on area waterways, prompting a warning from officials. The Florence Lauderdale Emergency Management Agency says the Tennessee Valley Authority will increase hydroelectric releases and open spillways to move excess water through the system. Officials warn that rising water levels could cause dangerous currents, swift water, and floating debris. You're urged to use extra caution over the next several days and to share your float plans and expected return times with family before heading out on the water. People weren't the only ones affected by the rushing floodwaters here in the Tennessee Valley. The rain also caught some animals by surprise. Along Winchester Road, the rising waters forced a local animal hospital into emergency mode to save the animals in their care. Animals at the hospital were relocated to Chase Animal Hospital, where staff say they're doing just fine. Take a listen.
Helena, their manager, reached out to me a little after 1 yesterday and said, hey, we've got a situation. She was on the way, didn't really know at the time how bad it was. Within an hour, hour and a half, they had their pets loaded up and I told them, like, whatever we can do, we've got some extra space.
That rapid response sparked a life-saving mission in Madison County yesterday. Torrential rain quickly surrounded Winchester Road Animal Hospital, forcing staff to evacuate all the animals from inside the facility. Before word hit social media, clinic leaders managed to transfer 7 pets in their care to Chase Animal Hospital. Amid the chaos, the animals hardly even noticed the move.
They're all doing good. They weren't even stressed. It surprised me. Every one of them settled in nice, even when we took them out to potty, and they were just happy as could be. So we were very happy that they weren't stressed about it, and even the transition and move didn't seem to bother them. So we're very glad that they've settled in and doing well.
Out in the pastures, horses on the property remained safe Monday night with a relocation plan in place. But the clinic was far from the only property affected by the rushing waters. Emergency officials report a staggering 3 to 7 inches of rain fell across the region. Neighborhoods along Winchester Road took the brunt of it all, with water entering homes and closing several roadways. The hospital posted on Facebook that while water levels receded late Sunday night, Winchester Road Animal Hospital will remain closed to assess its lower kennel area. The Winchester Road Animal Hospital says they plan to reopen tomorrow for appointments. However, boarding will be closed until further notice. They are also asking for industrial fans and dehumidifiers. You can learn how to help on FOX54.com. The Tennessee Valley wasn't the only part of Alabama to go underwater yesterday. Communities in and around Birmingham saw flooding after torrential storms passed through the region. Cars were left in standing water after stalling out after 4 to 7 inches of rain fell. More rain was expected today, and a flood watch was in effect for Jefferson County and other parts to the north and east of the city. For more Fox 54 weather impact coverage along with 24/7 radar, check out our live stream right here on the Fox 54 app. The Florence Police Department needs your help finding a missing 40-year-old man. Brandon Stowe was last seen on Wednesday in the area of North Prairie Street in Florence and has not been heard from since. Anyone with information on Stowe's whereabouts is asked to contact the Florence Police Department at 256-760-6610. A Giles County man behind bars on multiple sexual abuse charges. The Giles County Sheriff's Office says the investigation began Thursday after a report involving allegations of child sexual abuse was received. The investigation led to the arrest of Jason Bevels on Friday. He's charged with 2 counts of aggravated rape of a child. The Sheriff's Office says the case remains active and ongoing. Anyone with information that can help investigators is asked to contact the Giles County Sheriff's Office at 931-363-3505. A deadly crash shut down part of a busy Morgan County road this morning. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency says a 2-vehicle crash occurred around 10:30 a.m. at the intersection of Highway 67 near Ryan Loop Road. All lanes on Alabama 67 near mile marker 15 closed for several hours as crews worked the crash. The road has since reopened, and authorities have not released any details on how many people were involved or what led to the crash. A leak at an Athens gas station caused fuel to enter Town Creek this morning. Athens Fire and Rescue was notified about an odor of fuel near Hines Street and Market Street around 12:30 a.m. Fire Chief James Hand says crews attempted to contain the leak, but heavy rain caused the fuel to enter Town Creek, leading to multiple reports of fuel odor. Hand said the spill does not impact the city's drinking water source, which is Elk River. The Alabama Department of Environmental Management is overseeing response and remediation. The Nashville Zoo is pushing back against a proposed data center planned next to its property. Zoo leaders say noise and light pollution from the nearly 70,000 square foot facility in South Nashville could negatively affect thousands of animals in their care. The zoo points to its clouded leopard population, saying they are some of the most delicate and rarest animals in the world.
So we want the community exactly that, to stand with us to help fight against this data center. There's got to be a better place that it can go instead of around the #1 attraction that's focused on animals and children.
An online petition opposing the project has already gathered more than 180,000 signatures. The company behind the data center proposal says it will work with the zoo and community leaders to address concerns.
You know, you spend your whole day slopping in mud or you can't pull your trailer out yeah, I mean, nobody wants to do that.
Rock the South is set to debut at its new home in Decatur, but with all the rain turning the fields into a splashdown, stay with us. Trading school hallways for summer fun. Up next, how school resource officers are spending their week off building trust with local students. That story is coming up shortly. Rock the South is still expected to make its first appearance on the fields at Decatur this weekend, but it might be more of a splashdown after all the heavy rainfall we saw. It's not the first local festival to see heavy rain right before the headliners got on stage. Back in 2024, South Star Music Festival was canceled entirely because intense flooding made the ground a mud pit. Even last year in Coleman, rainfall and mud at Rock the South got cars stuck and prompted several rescues. FOX54's Caleb Aguayo shows us how the weather is impacting this year's festival prep.
It's still full steam ahead for organizers and local contractors with Rock the South, with prep work over the weekend and into this week moving despite the mud. It's still early to say how the fields at Decatur might look on Thursday, but that's not stopping hundreds of people from doing their part to get the festival grounds ready for thousands of attendees. And that's in the rain and mud, with several festival employees shaking off their boots and raincoats as they get everything set up. But several people in Decatur say they're concerned about the rainfall, saying the weather this week will determine a lot of the festival's planning and coordination.
The area they set up for a campground, they didn't lay down foundation. So there's going to be a lot of mud and slop. People are probably going to get the trailer stuck or, it's not going to be a happy ordeal over the weekend. Would you like to go to a venue where, you spend your whole day slopping in mud or you can't pull your trailer out yeah, I mean, nobody wants to do that.
It wouldn't be the first time the rain has caused some hang-ups in festival planning. Just last year, muddy conditions met two-wheel drive and caused several different instances of cars, vans, and trailers getting stuck. This time around, Rock the South staff say they're preparing for any weather condition to make sure people can get in and out without trouble. Organizers still say everything should be ready by Thursday, when the first festival goers are slated to arrive. In Decatur, I'm Caleb Aguayo, FOX54 News.
Rock the South staff say to prep for the sun, rain, and any other circumstance, head on over to their website, which you can find on fox54.com. The FIFA World Cup kicks off this Thursday. How fans are already celebrating, plus the best spots here in North Alabama to watch a match. Stay with us.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms continue this evening across North Alabama, specifically down in southern Madison County. We'll talk about the impacts on the current flooding here in just a bit.
Over County 911, what's the address of your emergency room? Okay, your wife is in a bar. You said she's unresponsive.
This is what he's going to tell you. You know how to get out of that situation.
And I grabbed the gun.
Trying to find the first place to put a body.
No, sir.
The only thing they could do was kill him.
You want to say anything?
We, the jury, and to find the defendant.
You probably saw lots of clouds and felt the rain today as storms continue to leave showers in parts of the Tennessee Valley, leaving behind flooded roads and even some destruction. Jordan, when will this rain end?
See, the rain in totality is not going to come to an end at any time soon. But what we're going to find is going to happen is that as we get into the later part of the week, we're going to enter that summer weather pattern where everything we're seeing right now becomes much less widespread. And it becomes purely a luck of the draw as to who gets rain.
Well, I can't wait for that.
I can't either. It'll actually call for some quieter weather and would allow for the flood waters to recede a little bit. Now, the downside of our summer weather pattern, and if you've lived here long enough, you know that the ultimate downside is it might end up raining over your house, but then it does not rain over your neighbor's house. It really is just pure randomness once we really begin to get into the summer. I want to talk about the showers and thunderstorms that are falling right now because in some locations the flooding problem is only going to be exacerbated, like in Owens Crossroads, where they're actually talking about some very heavy rain kind of along Highway 431, Owens Crossroads down into New Hope. This activity gradually pushing its way to the north along Highway 431, eventually going to move its way into the city of Huntsville, and then could continue to move further to the north into North Huntsville, where they've seen 6, 7, close to 8 inches of rain. But again, here in Owens Crossroads, we're talking about some very heavy rain, a little bit of thunder and a little bit of lightning. Water has only continued to rise, specifically in Owens Crossroads, and then points to the south. So I think the rain we're talking about right now is really going to exacerbate the flooding problem, especially over the next couple of hours. Let's talk about some of those highest rainfall totals. Trenton, now that's in Jackson County, 7.65 inches of rain on Sunday. Newmarket, 7.33 inches of rain, and it looks like they're going to get a little more rain this evening. Huntsville, 7.11 inches of rain. That would be North Huntsville. Hazel Green, 7.06 inches of rain. Meridianville seen right about the exact same thing. And again, some of these locations, Newmarket, North Huntsville, Hazel Green, Meridianville, those folks are going to get a little bit of rain this evening. Scottsboro, 6.03 inches of rain yesterday. And again, probably going to see a little more rain as we head into the evening. We're still talking about two major flooding concerns across the Tennessee Valley. First and foremost, the Flint River at Brownsboro, currently sitting at right around 18.17 feet, going to rise over the next couple of hours to 20.4 feet, and then is going to remain in moderate and minor flood stage through the day on Tuesday, and then even as we head into the early part of the afternoon on Wednesday, probably not going to drop below flood stage until Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon. Also going to be talking about the same problem at the Paint Rock River near Woodville, currently sitting at right around 19.71 feet. Going to hang out there for the next couple of hours before dropping into minor flood stage as we head into the overnight, staying in minor flood stage through the day on Tuesday, and then even as we head into Wednesday afternoon. Again, probably not going to drop below flood stage until late in the day Wednesday or even Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon. There are other opportunities for some isolated showers in the forecast, specifically as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. By the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, I think that's when we're really going to begin to enter that summer-like weather pattern and the activity becomes more isolated in nature. We'll tell that same story as we head into the weekend, though the rain chances do rise a little bit. Scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into Tuesday afternoon. The day is not going to be a complete and total wash. We're also going to get to enjoy a little bit of sunshine. Futurecast by the time we get to Wednesday morning through the course of Wednesday afternoon does keep most of us dry, but a couple of isolated showers certainly can't be ruled out. And then it's essentially going to be a rinse and repeat process as we head into Thursday morning and then through the course of Thursday afternoon. Have a good look at the next 7 days. We're going to get quite hot as we head into the middle part of the week. 87 on Tuesday, 90 degrees both Wednesday and Thursday, but it's also going to be incredibly humid, so it's probably going to feel like it's anywhere between 95 and 99 degrees. 91 degrees for your Friday. We do see temperatures drop off a little bit as we head into Saturday and Sunday, seasonal for this time of year. 87 both Saturday and Sunday, 85 degrees on Monday. We're getting into one of those periods where we don't get much relief at night. Look at those daily low temperatures hanging out in the low 70s.
The Huntsville Police Department School Resource Officer Unit is trading the school hallways for summer fun this week. The HPD SRO unit is hosting a week-long interactive summer camp aimed at building stronger connections with local students. Organizers say it's more than just a camp. It's an opportunity to build trust, confidence, and community connections that extend well beyond the school year.
Trust is very important. That's another reason why I do this job. I feel like I have a great attitude. Kids see my energy. I bring a lot of energy, a lot of joy, kindness, just leading by example.
The camp runs through Friday and is designed to give kids a chance to see officers in a different light through team challenges, safety lessons, and leadership development. The FIFA World Cup starts on Thursday in cities across the United States, and lots of people gathered in Sacramento, California yesterday for a kickoff event. The group Street Soccer USA Sacramento invited the public and soccer fans for a friendly soccer match as they count down to the start of the big men's tournament. The organization says it will sponsor several events during the month-long competition, including watch parties in partnership with a beer garden in the city.
We haven't had it here in a long time, and so soccer has grown, the interest has grown, but now this is really going to get people to grab onto the excitement and feel a part of it. And I think people have been invested in the game for a long time, but haven't had the benefit of experience the game on a global scale like that. So this is going to be fun to share it with each other and our community.
Here in North Alabama, several watch parties are scheduled for fans who want to catch the action locally. FIFA World Cup watch parties will be held at Field Day, Dostal Beer House, Stove House, and TBL Law Firm. You can learn more about these events on FOX54.com. Fox Sports is your home for the world's biggest sporting event, which is the World Cup. The action on the pitch begins on Thursday, and you can see it all on Fox 54.
All right, let's talk some sports. Baseball fans who rep Alabama, you're on your way to Omaha, Nebraska. We'll talk to head coach Rob Vaughn about his team's latest achievement next in sports.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush. Fast-paced news updates featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True Crime Warrior Style? Killer Cases brings you gripping, real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app. Available on Android and iOS devices. Streaming 24/7.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Mother Nature wreaking havoc across the region and half of the United States with that heavy rain and lots of flooding. The weather also causing Alabama's Super Regional game with St. John's to be postponed to Monday morning, and they are already in the 8th inning. Now, Bama fans, they return to the baseball diamond at 11 a.m. to see their team get 6 outs and then beat St. John's 7-2. The win sends the Alabama Crimson Tide to the Men's College World Series for the first time since 1999. Head coach Rob Vaughn always wanted to see his team reach Omaha, and now they'll have a chance to make that trip later in the week.
I don't even have words. I don't have words. This group's been through a lot this year. And, man, they met the moment the last few weeks. They just, when the moment got big, they showed up. No better example than this guy right here, man. What an unbelievable swing in the best spot. I looked at Mo right before the homer yesterday, and I said, of everybody on this team, this dude deserves this right here. He deserves that moment. And, man, met it and was awesome. Hit a huge homer. Really proud of our guys for keeping, man. We lost some momentum, obviously, last night with a 5-hour delay, and they show up today and didn't miss a beat. So excited for us, excited for our team, excited for this university.
So the College World Series gets underway this Friday with a pair of games. Then on Saturday, it's an all-SEC affair. Alabama kicks things off with Oklahoma on Saturday at 2 p.m. Then Texas takes on Georgia at 7 p.m. Both games will air live on ESPN. And here's something really cool. Alabama is now the only Division I program that had a team advance to the college football playoffs. The men's and women's basketball tournaments, the Women's College World Series, and the Men's College World Series. Pretty cool achievement for Alabama athletics. Coming up tonight in sports at 9 on Fox 54, we'll take you to the West Coast to check in with the U.S. men's soccer team as they prep for their World Cup opener. Logan?
Tonight at 9, the World Cup just days away. And while Atlanta prepares for thousands of crowds, there are still hundreds living on the streets. How the city plans to tackle homelessness before kickoff. And flooding concerns continued in Owens Crossroads today as rain continued to fall in North Alabama. We'll show you the damage from today's storms. And a local manufacturing plant looks to give back to the community by helping fund local nonprofits. We'll tell you all about it tonight at 9. Axiom Space and Prada have unveiled a jointly developed lunar spacesuit layer to protect astronauts during NASA's Artemis 4 mission. The garment provides cooling and ventilation while helping astronauts work in the extreme conditions near the moon's south pole. The suit is designed to support moonwalks lasting up to 8 hours. Prada is the first luxury fashion house to contribute to spacesuit development, bringing expertise in design, materials, and garment construction to the project.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. I feel like you would see this already in a Marvel movie or something.
You know, I can see that. I can believe that. Oh, yes.
You expected Prada to be in a Marvel movie?
Well, you always got to have a big name,
yes.
Something, you know.
Yes.
This shows what I know about Marvel movies.
I mean, Tony Stark's rich, you know. Iron Man.
I've never...
Oh, I forgot that okay, my bad, Jordan.
Here's the radar. This is the one thing I do know anything about, and we're still talking about showers and thunderstorms this evening. I have seen one Spider-Man my entire life, and that's it. Showers and thunderstorms are going to continue to exacerbate flooding concerns in some portions of North Alabama over the next couple of hours. So be very careful. Just stay home.
Well, that's all we have for you on Fox 54 News at 6. Stay tuned tonight.